Hey everybody, welcome back to another monthly market report for real estate in the Central Okanagan, this time reviewing the real estate stats of April in 2025. So just as I've been talking about in the last few videos, we are starting to trend upwards. It's the spring market here, things are starting to pick up. And like I predicted many times before, the inevitability that we are starting to slowly move out of a buyer's market into a balanced market is now upon us. I found things to be very busy over the past month. I know there's still an abundance of inventory out there, so from the listing selling side, things may be a little slower, but buyers are really starting to come to the market. I'm getting reach outs every day from the coast, Toronto, Alberta area of people coming this way, and they are definitely getting into the market at a good time because I feel like there's less deals to be had once you get into a balanced market. But I mean, there's still deals anywhere for people who are motivated, places that have been sitting for a while. But you also have the inverse of things where there's properties that are going into multiples and that aren't sitting on the market very long, especially if they're priced correctly. But let's get right into the meat and potatoes of it and start to overview some of the stats. First and foremost, there was no rate increase in the month of April, and the next rate announcement is until June 4th, where we could potentially see another 0.25 basis point cut. But right now, the Bank of Canada overnight interest rate is holding steady at 2.75%. The most interesting stat that I've seen from the last month, that the absorption rate has climbed up to 11.03%. So we are just under that balanced market where it's 12 to 20%. And I see in the next month or two, we're probably gonna be in the 12 to 13% range, but we will have to see. Anything can change. Looking at sales over the last month, sales are down 0.22% from this time last year, so relatively the same, but they are up over 20% from last month at 466 sales in the month of April. The average sales price is pretty comparable to this time last year. It has dropped 1.57% to an average price for all product of $740,003. List to sell ratios jump back up to 97.05%, so properties are starting to be marketed better. They're sitting on the market a little less, and sellers are getting closer to what they ask. And again, that's something I predicted was going to happen, not just because the market's getting busier, but as properties sit for a long time, price reductions happen. Sellers are becoming more realistic on what they have to do in order to get their property sold. Now, looking at the average sales price for individual product, we saw a pretty even change across the board, with condos increasing and townhouses and single family homes dipping slightly in the average price from last month. Condos rose 9.91% to an average price of $492,517. Townhouses dropped 7.8% to an average price of $691,894. And single family homes decreased 7.41% to an average price of $1,035,599. Now, like I said, we saw another reduction in the average days on market to an average of 62 days for the month of April, still up over 4.5% from this time last year, where properties were sitting on average of 59 days, but still improving month over month in that category. And our listing inventory is still robust and strong, with 4,222 current active listings, which is up just under 14% from this time last year. And that leaves us with just over 9 months of inventory, which dropped from 11 last month. So the months of inventory dropped and the absorption rate went up. We're starting to see more sales in the market, and overall we are very in line with our average spring market here in the Okanagan. And my belief is that it's going to continue. It's probably going to heat up a little more and stay steady and strong throughout the summer. Now, with the election just ending, we'll see the impacts of that and how our relations go with the states in terms of the tariffs. But overall, the Okanagan real estate market is still strong and steady. It's still going to be a great time for buyers throughout the summer and probably for the remainder of this year. But right now, again, we are still on the end of this buyer's market. So if you are a buyer, now probably still is some of the best time to buy. But I think it will remain that way pretty much throughout the summer. And I believe that we will sit in a balanced market for some time. And if you or anybody you know is looking to buy or sell real estate in the Okanagan, make sure you reach out to me. You can contact me at the information on the screen right now, or book a 30-minute consultation with me in the description down below. I'd be more than happy to connect with you, answer any questions you may have. And if you're looking to move to the Okanagan, you want to know more information about what it's like to actually live in this area, the surrounding towns, and a ton of other useful information, make sure you go to the description and subscribe to my main channel, Living in Kelowna BC. I have a lot of helpful videos that I think are perfect for someone moving here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, my name is Boholij, your Okanagan real estate professional and relocation specialist. That was my monthly market update. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.